need us. We're more important than the average individual. It's the koala bear gang. I hope you guys. I'm loving the representation.
God, I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
Yeah. I'm nervous today.
Don't be nervous.
This is a little bit impromptu today. We're not usually live. We're live at a different time than we normally are. I'm thrown off.
Shit, this is live? Oh shit!
this past 41 episodes.
Turn it off.
All live.
Oh man, I'm having a great time. I'm repping.
Hey,
I'm having a great time already. I'm repping my Tottenham fan base. We just won a game, a very very nervy game, as they say over in England land. Both the refs got red cards, which means they both had to get the fuck off the field. People were fighting, a lot of wrestling, a lot of arguing, spitting even. It was a good game, but my boys came out on top.
I guess you could say that the opponents were minging then.
They were minging.
The opponents were minging.
Real mingers.
If you will.
Minging about.
Mingers.
Real big
that sounds like
I can say
it's fucking minging. I thought that meant disgusting.
It's an umbrella. It's an umbrella of terms.
We're trying to push it forward. What were you saying? Domcelliniart? You were saying something. I heard that.
No, I just said I think minging means disgusting. I'm trying to
the other team's attitude and sportsmanlike conduct was rather minging today on the pitch.
Yeah, on the pitch. It's not a field.
You gotta say
no.
It's not a team.
Like some Dickensian orphan. It is minging. Boy, Mister, you me dad. You me dad.
Like he's talking to Mr. Minging himself.
Oh, you me dad.
Oi, mister.
All right.
Welcome to the podcast episode where we just... we're going to talk about seasons, but we're just having fun right now.
It's a beautiful spring day today.
Let me be 100% transparent, all right? We already talked about it. We talked about the behind the scenes. I didn't comb my hair. This is going to be a short one. It's going to be a short one.
It is.
We're just going to have a good time. It's Easter weekend, wherever you're watching this. We have families. We have lives.
We have outside obligations.
You can binge this all day.
Things to do, people to see.
And it's a holy day tomorrow, so, you know.
If you haven't had a come to Jesus moment, tomorrow, 24 hours of them waiting for you. All right? But right now...
Some of us have culture.
Yeah, some of us have culture. So we're just doing...
Have a real religion.
Right. So we're doing like the gym culture, whatever the fuck. So we're doing a drive-by one on y'all. We're just gonna drop some real quick facts on y'all about the times.
Lean and mean.
Now, now people that live in Los Angeles, people that live in Texas, I believe as well. You're gonna feel a little.
Depends where you live in Texas.
That's true.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida too.
If you're in the Sun Belt, it's not gonna be quite as relatable.
I don't know if we have any South American listeners. I don't know how winter reacts over there.
We have to.
I don't know.
Well, here's the weird thing about the Southern Hemisphere. Winter down there and summer are reversed. So December, January, February, that's their summer. And I don't like that. I had a friend.
I don't follow.
I had a friend, she was from Chile, and when she told me about that, that just felt wrong to me.
Yeah, and see, I figured it would be cold in a country like that would be named Chile.
I feel like that would just mess
winter
up
all around.
all the holidays vibes as well. I would not want to do Christmas in the summer. Like, I don't want to be shacked up in a house around a open fire, drinking milk when I could be tanning.
It's all wrong. It's all wrong.
I don't want to be getting crap-faced at a bar in the spring.
No.
Well, not my spring. That'd be in the winter.
I think what we're seeing with these tier lists, these days of the week, these seasons, we need to change this stuff. This stuff isn't working.
It has for a while now.
Perhaps different seasons can be like for different like if you live on the opposite side of the world, your calendar is backwards. and then like it's sort of like time zones. It gets a little bit less backwards as you cross over. So if you could be on Monday if you're in America, but if you're in England or South America or something like that, it could be a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Or a Friday of April, and then 2 hours up to America, and it's October.
See, I think that as you're saying this, you're confusing
That
yourself.
doesn't sound. That doesn't. Yeah, I'm so actually as I'm saying this out loud, it's just.
So, sir, please sit down.
How of a shit idea it really is. Yeah.
The gist of today's episode. It's going to be, of course, about overlap with some topics we covered before, a little bit about weather, but it's also a lot about vibes. Weather, holidays. We talked about those, but vibes are a big part of the season.
And no better vibe than the vibe that autumn brings. Am I right? You got your hoodies, you got your girls bundled
Should we
up,
start there?
trying to hide
Autumn
stuff
is
but
good.
can't because they're bundled up. And I don't even know what that means, but dudes do. And girls are like, ew, what is he talking about? And I'm like, you'll never know because you don't got a dick. So that's my thing. Fall
It hides
and
my gut.
spring. I know
My
we're
stomach.
talking. It's gonna be a long discussion, but just real quick for me, those are the top two. I can never decide between the two. Now that I'm an adult, I definitely can't. When I was a kid, it was easier to decide spring was the better season because it was the preamble to summer, and then no more school soon, and it was a wind down of school, and fall was just the beginning of school, and the end of summer, which is a shit feeling. But as an adult, the climate of both is perfect. I wish there was somewhere in the world where
The transition seasons,
they're the
great.
best weather ever. And I wish there was somewhere in the world that was like this right now, always. Like how I can't say where I'm at, but you're where I'm at. Y'all are where I'm at, and it's really nice right now. So,
well, let's start with fall because I feel like we're already talking about fall. The thing about fall is probably the most quote unquote vibey of the seasons. If you live in a place like we do, temperate climate, deciduous trees. Deciduous trees means they lose their leaves in the winter, but they change colors. I mean, there really is a magic in the air, especially when you'd feel it as a kid. Yeah, really talking with my hands here to emphasize.
No.
It makes me realize
I'm like trying to feel out the magic.
I'm feeling. I honestly didn't know what the fuck you were saying before you used your hands, so thank you.
No, I am because I gotta emphasize.
I honestly,
I didn't even realize you were doing that.
I don't know.
I just started doing
it without hand gestures.
I think we're picking up on the vibe of fall.
My words don't do it justice.
I know we're in
alone,
spring.
So I got to do a little pantomime here.
But we just came out of it.
Continue.
We just came out of it. We still remember
fall.
Yes, and specifically the vibes.
Well, here's the thing about fall. One, as a kid, it's a little rough because you kind of associate it with the beginning of school. But with as early as school starts, it still kind of feels like summer when school starts. When fall really begins,
hot.
It's, you're already in it. You start thinking of Halloween, Thanksgiving. The problem with fall, it's too short. Same problem with spring. Lately, it feels like it's hot. Then you get maybe a couple of weeks where it's like, this is peak fall. This is a fall day. And then it's cold. I
got this all mapped out, right? Each season is 3 months long, all right? And the first month... Supposedly. This is what I've come up with here. This is my design for the seasons, all right? Each one is 3 months long. It starts, the first month is a transition month. It starts with weather that feels like the previous month, but as it gets to the later half of that month. So right now we're in April. It's going to feel a little bit like winter at the start of April. But as we get into the later half of April, it's going to warm up a lot. It's going to be real flowery and lots of baby animals about. It'll be spring,
with fall,
as we know.
It's like September. Most of September's pretty warm.
On a Saturday. Chef Shu just dropped in on a Saturday.
Are you surprised?
On a Saturday, that's right. A little surprise.
It's because
up a little.
Yeah.
It's because we got shit to do. But we said that at the beginning. It should have been at the beginning. Continue, Mr. Slaney.
We already said it.
Well, I was just gonna say, most of September's pretty warm. Like you can swim during September and stuff,
right?
But September's also one of the nicest. See, this is where we get into with these transition months. You get little mini months inside of them, and one of my favorites is around September. It's really sunny, especially around here. You get a lot of sunshine, and it's warm, but it's not so hot. Like this is where it starts getting cool at night. Like you might wear shorts during the day, but then at night you put on some jeans, maybe on a little like jacket. It makes me think of like going to football games. That time of year, homecoming, like that sort of. It's a very like school memory thing. Even like as a kid, it makes me think of early in the year, stuff like that. You're making new friends. There's something in the air that time of year. You can almost smell fall coming in.
It's the kind of weather where like it's 55 degrees, but you don't mind, Like,
I think that's
for
a little
lot
later.
of
I'm
climates.
talking about when it's like 70 during the day, and then at night it drops down to like maybe 60.
This is or we're still in. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little ahead. We're still in the transition months.
Well, this is. I mean, fall is a transition month, but you know what I'm talking about. Like the beginning of fall. Like I'm talking like September.
This is yeah. Sorry,
like it's warm during the day.
I'm thinking I was
night.
moving into October, November, and I just apologize.
You were a little eager. You were a little eager.
I do have a like specific title for each of these months. So with the first month being the transition month, like we haven't started about the second one yet.
Oh well, then.
But your favorite, because my favorite is like the 55-degree thing where you don't mind, but you're saying you love the still 70, maybe there's a breeze in the air.
I like it both.
Yeah,
this is why fall's one of the best.
And I'm glad, that's why I'm glad I asked, Dom, because that's the important stuff we're trying to get out of you today.
So we're trying to get to the bottom.
He likes 72, 50. You're not only a nice, warm, comfortable room temp guy, you're a cool.
Yeah, cool downer.
Let's get those nipples hard.
Because that actually intrigues me a lot, because that's why I think spring loses. I mean, I'm sorry, excuse me, Miss Falk. We do a lot of talk. We do a lot of world building and objective.
Don't let it get to you. Don't let him get to you. Don't let it get to you.
We're creators. Sometimes we make mistakes.
Don't get angry about it.
But we're not. Sometimes we make mistakes. As I was saying, spring is the victor when you stack autumn and spring together, because spring, it's warming up.
Okay? Yeah, that's true.
I don't like the
ramps up.
I like the ramp up. I don't like how oh wow, this is the last hurrah of the good weather before I get into the sad. Well, not necessarily for artists. I feel like winter is a strong season, but we'll talk about that later. But for the normal dude, especially before I was an artist, I hate winter. I would tell my parents all the time the only thing good about winter is Christmas and my birthday, and that's it. That's literally the only thing.
It's cold out there.
Our birthdays are represented in different months. We got a winter birthday, late winter, but winter. We got a fall birthday, and then with me, we got a summer birthday.
Summer.
And I wonder, what bearing that has. So Tim, you're talking about like in the fall, you love that like crispy weather. You love it when it's a little chilly. Jacket weather, hoodie, and that's your birthday is late October, right before Halloween. It's a great time of year.
Yeah. Exactly. There could be something to that.
What I like with that time of year is sometimes a gloomy fall day is great. Yeah. Like it's rainy, the trees are yellow.
I feel the same way about spring.
Yeah, a rainy spring day is nice.
A rainy day.
And the rain is actually hot.
This is where I might agree with Josh, where I think I used to prefer fall because fall had such a strong vibe. Like fall to me. Yeah. Also, weird random association. Lord of the Rings and like Harry Potter have always made me think of fall.
I mean,
they had like autumnal. Yeah,
Harry Potter very much winter too.
You got the colors. It's just the vibe. There's something about fall. It feels like Euro fantasy. It's that weather.
That's actually a really
over the garden wall doesn't take place at a specific time,
but spring, even though it's kind of Euro fantasy too, Zelda makes me think more of spring.
Interesting.
It just
Actually,
does.
that's an
Green
interesting-
hills and
That's actually an interesting thing you bring up because they actually have a game based off the seasons. And for
Yeah.
me,
Oracle of Seasons.
it seems like don't Zelda games usually drop. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm just saying this, but I feel like Zelda games usually drop in the fall, winter. But maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not sure. Well, I think if they
There's
can
one
get them
coming
out
out in
before
May this year.
Christmas, they will.
May. Okay.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think Breath of
that's
the Wild
true.
came out in March, and now when March rolls around often, I kind of want to play it because that's when I first
Interesting,
tried it.
yeah.
Well, those games they
So-
usually. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
Those games for me, just if I'm having seasonal association, it is always for me. It seems like a year-round type of game because every time I played a Zelda game, it usually took me at least 3 months to the whole year to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Longer.
But
yeah.
spring is when I'd usually start them a lot. Like I remember Twilight Princess. I started it when there was still snow on the ground, and I finished it at like the end of spring. And it felt like like Josh said.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think now that I'm older, I do like spring more than summer. Obviously, as a kid, I think we love summer because no school and all that. But spring, like Josh said, it's a ramp up.
Mm-hmm.
The downside of fall, and I don't know how you guys feel about like the time of day change and stuff like that. What stinks about fall is that it gets dark. It starts getting dark very early.
Okay. Yes.
And fall just makes you
I
tired.
completely forgot about that. That's a big factor.
That is a big
Fall,
factor.
I start getting like when November comes around, I'm tired, and also
People
that
seem tired
and the other
too.
it is
like a
it,
general
well, it's
society
getting
thing.
colder.
Yeah.
And another thing that fall has going against it is too many holidays.
Very much.
Too
so.
many.
Too many.
It feels like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas are like right up against each other.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, when you didn't have like obligations, your only obligation was to enjoy them. It was great. But now that you're an adult, you feel like you don't have enough
So
time.
much pressure.
You're
Yeah.
like, what? We just had Halloween. Like, how's
Uh-huh.
it like Christmas now?
That was actually.
Especially when you're hosting Thanksgiving and Christmas.
That was
I
actually
believe
one
we
of
got
the
Tim's birthday. Yeah.
first. That was one of
big
the first
holiday.
bits I wrote down. I haven't done it yet, but
Yeah.
here I go, guys. World premiere one. Of my
Here it is.
But it
World
just feels
premiere.
It just feels like holidays are lined up. But this is why I haven't done it because I don't know how to make it funny for sure. But it just seems like the concept is Halloween. Holidays are like lined up to just beat up your wallet if you fall up. It's just like Halloween, Christmas, New Year's. It's just like constantly just like, and it's like, all right,
Oh.
cool. We'll let you have Mother's Day off. Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's just like,
Suddenly taxes are due.
yeah, exactly. It's just like if you really sit and
You
think
just
about
spent a bunch
there's-
of money.
There's so many, and then the summer is like cool. We'll let you have just the 4th, but then they know you're gonna make your own holidays. So
Right.
it's like we don't have to have a holiday, but right after that, it's like Labor Day. It's just like constant holidays until a certain point.
Well, except though, the 4th and Labor Day are nice because those aren't like gift-giving holidays. Those are, I mean, unless you're hosting, then you
If you're
gotta have a
hosting, that's what
barbecue.
I'm saying. You always got to.
But if you're
No,
not
this is-
hosting,
There's a societal peer pressure of like you might not be hosting, you might not even participate, but you got to do. There's a feeling like you got to do something. So people might just go on Amazon or something, buy themselves something, buy like maybe that day buy something from Smoky Bones, not barbecue themselves, but.
and I feel like when you're an adult and you're showing up to like a barbecue or party, you got to bring something.
Yeah.
You should like bring a
Even
side
those
or a
corporate
drink.
parties, those work
And you're
parties,
like,
you
well,
have
what
to-
kind should
you
I
can't
bring?
be
What does anybody else bring?
Yeah,
I don't want to bring
yeah.
too much. I don't want to bring the wrong thing.
I remember my first corporate
Sucks.
party.
I just went through this.
Was last year for Christmas, and I ducked out of there. I was like, I'm just not gonna go because it definitely wasn't the same like schoolhouse vibe. It was like, what are you bringing?
Right.
What are you gonna bring? I want to put your name on the spreadsheet, so when you doesn't come, we know who to blame. I was like, I'll just not come.
I know already. There's a gamifying.
Yeah, and people fall into that.
you.
And it's like, oh well, I'm the donut guy. I got it for the 12 days of Christmas. I have to bring 12 dozen donuts 12 days. That's a lot of money for people that aren't your family.
Right. Because you're buying a lot.
People that you work with. One of them
Yeah.
smells bad.
One of them's No donuts for him. Yeah, so that is the thing about fall, though. Anyway, back to that.
Yeah,
That what do we think? Are we putting spring at the top above fall?
I
Maybe
personally would. It's a. Those are the top two for me,
it's
and
tough.
I would put spring there. Now that I'm not in school, I can truly like how this beautiful day right now. It is a weekend, but later in the week, I'm an adult. I have autonomy. If it's not my job, I can go out to the park. You know, I can take my cat on a walk. I don't have to like, you know. I used to stare out the door, or not the door, the window of like an algebra class at this time. It's like,
Yeah.
man, I cannot wait till summer.
Spring is enticing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It really is. The thing about spring is you really want to be outside in the spring almost more than the fall because it feels like, well, you know, it's the big thing after winter. And you know
You're
how,
so eager. Yeah, you've been cooped up.
well, like, you know, like if you've had the
Yeah.
flu and like when you're getting over the flu and then like when you're finally over it, how good it feels.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like when you can finally breathe through your nose, that headache
Yes.
is not that bad.
Spring
Even.
spring feels like that. Like it
does.
feels, and here's the thing though, spring, like the first part, it's another like mini season in there because let's be honest, most of March is kind of just a big tease. Like March is like, I'll give you a few
Yeah.
nice days,
Yeah.
so you know, like, hey, spring is here, but you know, you could still get snow. You know, it's still gonna mostly be cold. This last March, this past month, I mean, we had like what, like maybe like 7 days of sunshine. The rest it was like kind of chilly,
Yeah.
overcast.
Overcast.
Which-
Cloudy.
Honestly, I don't mind that much. Like Josh said, I kind of like
It just
a
makes
cloudy
me so
but not
tired.
so cold vibe. It does make you tired. Well, and also the time change and all that.
Oh, spring forward hit me hard
Yeah.
this year. Yeah.
That's probably the big caveat of spring. I don't mind the rain, like Josh said. It's usually warmer rain, which feels nice.
Yeah.
You can open your windows a little, and obviously, like, I mean, I'm an artist. The flowers, it's inspiring. The
Right.
flowers are
It's
nice.
so beautiful.
And it's right before it gets way too
Dang,
hot.
all right.
So I guess it goes
Yeah.
spring, then fall.
Spring, fall,
So
summer, winter.
well, now we got to debate again because now it's
Yeah.
it's the two extreme guys.
Mm-hmm.
We talked
Yep.
about the temperate guys. We agree
Yep.
that they're better than the extreme guys.
How could summer not be over winter though? Here, I mean,
I think like I agree with you. I'm just gonna play a little devil's advocate because I can see where people like winter. In some places, hot and heat is not a good thing. Like
Well, if you live in one of those Sunbelt states, like we
Yeah.
talked about,
it
like
means droughts. It means like,
they hate summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Higher gas prices and things like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
AC.
I actually do. I do think summer is actually the least beautiful
It is.
season.
No,
So
I hear
the-
you.
there are some like winter landscapes. You know, they'll get prettier than like some fall scenery.
for real.
So
But I'd
Mm-hmm.
like
I
to
do.
see
I
it
do
in
have to slide it for that. I do have to slide it for that.
I will
But
say.
generally, yeah. Well, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I've been cutting
I was
you
gonna
off
say-
a lot.
No, go ahead.
this
Winter
episode.
is beautiful
Yeah.
basically when
Yeah.
you get a good amount of snow.
We're gonna talk to you after.
But let's be honest. I mean, these days, how often do we get that? How
Yeah,
often
true.
do we get that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
But also when
I
you
mean,
do
This
get it,
past one.
when you do get it, there's just something about that. I can only say 4 or 5 because I had like marching band and crap like that. But like that 4:35 a.m. snow where it's not a light snow but thick enough to make a coating and a little twinkles
Yeah.
on the top, untouched.
Yeah,
There's something just magical about that.
there really is. Yeah, and just or when you wake up and it's white,
Yeah.
you know.
And
Wow.
It's almost
You-
like
you haven't
snow
even-
ducked it.
Night.
You haven't even
Yeah.
like opened your blinds yet, but the light coming through your blinds is like different. And
You're like, wait a
oh.
minute, this feels like there's a lot of snow days. It looks like I'm gonna stare at the TV and see if we got school off.
Yeah, let's talk about the nice things about winter before we
Yeah.
talk about the bad things.
Yeah.
I'm
'Cause
okay with that. Hey, I'm okay with that.
I will admit too. I mean, and it is a big part of the magic of Christmas is winter.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. Yep. It's the fireplaces that are keeping you warm, and the warm clothing, the bundle, the coziness of it all.
For real.
Yes, yes. But
Now,
the best thing about winter is being inside.
Yeah, for real.
It is, and you don't feel guilty
Looking
about
out.
being inside all the time.
No, right? Yeah, true.
Hibernation is necessary during winter. It's literally how we
Yeah.
survived all the winters before modernism. So
Since working from home, winters are a lot more tolerable. I think if you have a job where you got to commute and you got to get up really early, winter is tougher.
Yes,
I think,
true.
but now, do you guys, and we talked about like maybe some media associations we have with like fall or spring, like, oh, this time of year comes around, it makes me want to play this or watch this. Do you guys have any with winter? Maybe aside from like the obvious Christmas movies,
The
because
Christmas, sure,
obviously
the
that's,
holiday films.
I think winter always makes me want an RPG, something that I can like go to
yeah,
another world
same,
with.
same.
So that's usually my thing. And then, but just so we already talked about summer. We're talking about it. Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar type games always scream at me during the summer. I don't know why, but I want something like
Yeah.
I want the JRPGs. They got that story, but it's usually always really like believe in yourself, courage, magic. You know, like it's like that. I need
Yeah.
something where someone's gonna break someone's jaw and tell them to fuck off in the summer.
Okay.
Summer is the more aggressive month. I mean, it's true. Like they scientifically have like the data where more violent crime happens in the summer, more assault, especially during a heat wave.
Where's
That
my
heat
think-
gets to you.
Yeah, I think it does make you a little, more angry. I think people are grouchy in the
Boils
winter,
your
but I
brain.
think summer makes people more feral.
I mean, we are water-based creatures, and it's actually kind of crazy. I'm not going to get too nerdy about this, but on the micro
Yeah.
level, adding that extra heat would actually do a lot to you.
Yeah.
I mean, homeostasis is very important for a reason. A degree less or more in certain parts of your body and certain systems throws it out of whack. So I can see how agitation could be. Yeah. Same thing
Let
with
me ask you
winter and
guys
depression,
this.
because it slows everything down. So
Yeah. You got a
Right.
question
So
for
that's
us?
the other side of it. Summer having the heat and then the winter being so it both of them are stressing your mental. But let me ask you guys this, okay?
Mhm.
Do we like hot food better or cold food better? Because in the
Yeah.
summer
I mean,
you're
Yeah.
wanting cool drinks, you wanting
yeah.
like a nice chilled bowl of soup, a nice ice cold bowl of soup
Ice
in the
cold chili,
summertime.
ice cold.
And then-
no, I mean,
chocolate.
like in the summer, I'll still have like a burger, and I don't want a burger that's cold.
Okay. Oh, okay. Good. Yeah.
Pizza, yeah.
Now we're breaking it down a little bit. He's right about
This
this.
is the thing. This
But
is
my thing
why
is,
I
you
can.
can't ask me that because, like, I think burgers and
can't.
fries are perfect all year round. I can see
You're not
all of
you're
their-
not allowed to really eat burgers and fries in the summer, are you? You're not. You
Yeah.
really shouldn't. It's hot.
Oh, that's the good.
I should just run into like somebody like at the Burger
Who's
King.
who like
No, don't
refuses
touch
to. It's summertime. It's summertime. What are you doing?
It's a bomb, basically, dude.
We're just serving ice cream and stuff.
And stuff.
See, ice cream, I feel like you can eat all year round, but it is a summer thing. Snow cones are strictly summer.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I don't
come
even think
on.
about
Nobody's
ice cream
gonna be-
until I'm way too hot, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yes. Yeah.
Can I
I
put
need
in my
to
body
cool
that's
off.
not water? Because I gotta stay dry.
Mm-hmm.
I can't submerge
Well,
myself in water right now.
Here's the thing. So when we talk about the things we like about winter, see, for me, like you said, an RPG, like you want to get cozy in winter, and I think that's why the people who like winter are people who prefer indoor activities. They like to get cozy with a good book or a little video game, and you sit with your blanket on you, and you're like, I'm playing, what Animal Crossing,
Yeah.
like
For
something
real.
like that. Downsides. It is dark, and it
Very
is
short
long.
days.
Yeah,
It is long.
roads
It
suck.
feels like it much again. Summer and winter tend to overstay their welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In winter, look, I like winter better, I think, than I used to. Some people, again, if you live in a really muggy, hot state, you might put winter first because you haven't experienced like a harsh winter. But people die in the winter from just being outside too long. And don't get me wrong, it can happen in the summer with heat waves, but generally we understand as humans, summer weather is not as hostile as, winter. Like, it's summer, it may not be comfortable, but like you could sleep outside at night. Like you could camp. It might not.
Right.
It's buggy.
I always say, like, if I was ever homeless, I'm hitchhiking my ass all the way to the West Coast. I'd rather be homeless in California than anywhere else.
That's the thing. You gotta think about the home. Like, if you're a homeless guy in like LA or Miami, there's a good chance, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna survive the year. I mean,
with the minimalist living. Weather. Yeah, I'm just making a joke. But yeah,
you're homeless. No, I get it. Yeah. But homeless in Chicago, I mean, every winter when we get the cold, because you at least get one like extreme cold front every winter, like some Arctic blast, and then every year it's like this many people died, like in the city, just from being out, like they just.
And let me listen. Let me remind you guys. I love to bring this up. I love to keep mentioning this. I had a stint there where I had a tough time, and I just want to thank my lucky stars that it wasn't cold, because there were some tough nights.
The car arc. That's right. We're still bringing that back.
Go check out the previous episodes to reveal the
together, give him the GoFundMe to get him out of there now.
And I just want to thank those who pulled together to get me that $50. That was really appreciative.
He's now renting a room in Auschwitz. It's beautiful.
In the historic site. This is an international podcast.
But, okay, so I think just because we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
I'm still team.
So.
It's tough though. I guess I'll have to just.
What is he?
It's tough. I think I'm team summer.
It's winter.
I think I'm team summer.
Oh God.
We gotta. Put
I just said winter.
Summer is also sexier. Like, come on.
All right. We haven't even discussed the sexiness of it.
Winter is kind of sexy in a different way, but you need a house for it to be sexy. You don't need a house for it to be sexy. You can be on a beach and it's sexy.
Right, that's the thing. That's like right. Summer, it's like everywhere. It's in your face. Like you remember summers. That's the thing about summers. If you remember them, like when you're like middle school age, and you're like, oh my gosh, like everywhere you go, there's booty everywhere.
Winter was different though.
Winter was different.
I think
winter is
cool only for our generation. Speaking on that little kind of pervy side about that. Sorry, women out there, we're feminists, but we're also men. But at the same time. Because of our generation and the introduction of the yoga pant, winter is kind of clutch as well.
It's true. That's true. I didn't think about
It's coming through in the end. Actually,
it's kind of clutch. But before we get canceled,
all right, switch them. All right, switch them.
These are the seasons. We want to drop this quick one for you because we're gonna be off on holiday break. And holiday obligations today, so that's why it's quick. But this is the list. It goes spring, fall, summer, winter, and if you disagree, you're just wrong. Congratulations.
You're just wrong.
We found out you were wrong. Wow. 10 points.
Have a little celebratory, Have a little celebratory celebration.
Also.
By yourself.
Yeah, fuck off. Actually, come back. Come back. No, come back.